Hey everybody, my name is Andrea Perry and I'm gonna tell you about my journey taking course careers, the technology sales course in course careers, and how that helped me to land my first job in tech. So first of all, I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit and just kind of like tell you a little bit about my background, what I was doing before course careers, and then how that landed me in a tech role. And then I'll probably be doing some follow-up videos to go a little more in depth on all the things that I did in order to get my role in technology sales. So let's see, where do I begin? So I guess I'll begin by letting you know just about like my background. So I have a background in the arts world, if you will. I've hosted and produced hundreds of arts and cultural community events, both in my hometown Stockton, California, and here in Atlanta, Georgia. For most of my career, I was a spoken word artist, and I would travel the U.S. Performing my poetry on stages, just all over, from colleges to open mics to showcases to more like private events as well, and clubs, different venues like that. Then I also did some shows in Canada as well. So that was what I was really passionate about. I've been a writer ever since I was a kid. And so I lived a great deal of my adulthood being like a starving artist. But I loved what I was doing at the time, and I would like supplement my income by getting waitress jobs or doing like side gigs when like the whole gig economy became a big thing, like doing Uber, Lyft, and those types of things. So at the time when I joined course careers, I was actually working at a restaurant. So I was working very hard, working a whole lot, and I was just super exhausted, and I was just like, I need a change. Like, I need something else that I can do that can, give me income, but also allow me to like get back home to my son. I love being with my son. He loves being with me. We're like best friends, right? And I was used to being at home with my son because before I went back to waitressing, I was an entrepreneur, and I had a coaching business that I started. I did it for like a year and a half. But then after that decided like, this is a little too much, and then I just, transitioned into like getting, a regular job again, right? So then I was working at the restaurant, and then I was seeing like the Tech is the New Black podcast. Well, before I saw the Tech is the New Black podcast, I saw this guy on Instagram named Cyrus, and he was posting videos about like how he was in tech sales, and it really sparked my interest. It seemed like, something that maybe I could do. So I started watching like all the testimonial videos, like, cause he would interview people who had broken into tech, by doing like this boot camp, course careers. So that's where course careers comes into play. So then I started watching all of the course careers testimonials of people who took the class and also broke into tech. And I was pretty much sold. I was like, okay, yeah, this is my next move. I already have sales experience, like from previously, like being in network marketing, being working as a sales representative, doing demos and all of this, like selling Cutco. So like I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. So then I signed up for Course Careers. And what was cool about that is that, y'all, I did not have money at that time. Like, honestly, I was like scraping by, and it was only $500 for the course, but I used Cyrus's discount code, which gave me $50 off. But then I also, on top of that, I did the payment plan, and their payment plan was only like 150 down or like 100 down, and then you pay, you know, the rest off like that each month, you know, like $100 a month. So it was very, very affordable. Well, I mean, not for me at the time, but I pretty much made a sacrifice, you know, even with that little $150 that I paid. Like, that was hard, you know, at that time, but I knew that was what I needed, right? So I did the payment plan, started Course Careers, went through the whole well, I split the course up because at first I was really motivated trying to get it done, but then like life was lifing, you know. I ran into just some issues. Like, I was just working so hard at work trying to get to the money, but then also trying to balance doing the course, and it was just too much. It was exhausting. So I like stopped doing the course. I knew I was always like in the back of my mind that I was going to finish. I knew that I needed to transition into tech. I knew, you know, that I needed to finish. I knew all of that, but it was just too much. And when it came down to it, I needed to make money. So I had to keep working my job, right? Then eventually I had transitioned into driving Uber, because I thought, you know, driving Uber will be better than working a job, you know, because then I can be at home with my son, kind of like control my schedule. It was not better. Like, I literally started working even more driving Uber. And then on top of that, driving is so taxing on your body. Driving is so exhausting when you drive for hours and hours like that. And then I also was like driving so much, trying to get to the money so much, that I was like falling asleep at the wheel sometimes. Like, God was watching over me. I would just say that my angels had my back, because there was times where I was just so exhausted, like trying to get to the money, that I didn't even realize that I was asleep, like falling asleep. So it was very dangerous, putting myself in danger and other people in danger around me. So I was just like, oh, I cannot do this anymore. Like, I cannot do this. But so when I started back doing Course Careers, and basically finished the second half of the course. And then after that, I started applying for jobs. And by this time, it was like the holidays. So a lot of people were like off work, but there were still people hiring for tech sales jobs, right? So I did Course Careers. And Course Careers, y'all, like basically I took the technology sales course, and they taught me every single thing from start to finish on like how to break into tech sales. So they taught me everything about like how organizations are structured, sales methodology and sales processes, even as far as like getting started on LinkedIn, and then optimizing your profile to make it look good, how to do your resume. They taught us all of the sales terminology. What is sales? What is a sales cycle? What is a sales cadence? They taught us people skills, like how to deal with people, because you know you're a customer facing role, meaning like you're gonna be in front of the customers, not whether it's like on the phone where they don't see you. You might be, depending on what tech sales role you have, you might be on like video, video like a Zoom call or something like that, a Google Meet or something. So they teach you the people skills that you need to be in tech sales. They teach you how to measure success as an SDR, which is a sales development representative, or BDR, business development representative. Pretty much like kind of interchangeable. Some companies have different definitions of them, but they pretty much do the same or similar things. They teach you how to cold call, how to cold email, how to prospect and do research on companies. They show you how to use the sales tools, the different CRMs and sales engagements and sales data platforms that you'll need to be using in your job. They prepare you for the interviews, like help you with interview prep. There's quizzes throughout. Like, it literally takes you the whole process from start to finish. There's 3 books that they have you read within the course, and then there's also outside coaching, like outside of the course, that they offer. They have like specific coaches that will help you as well. And then when you finish the course, you get a certificate, and you also get to be on the graduate portal, where you have a profile, and you'll be able to be seen by companies that they're partnered with in potential, that can potentially be your employer. So there's so much in there that they offer within Course Careers. So literally, like, when I got finished with Course Careers, I felt like I was prepared to jump into, my job search, and just jump into tech sales, right? So I did everything that they said. As far as like building my LinkedIn and everything. I started connecting with different sales professionals, tech people. Like, I was involved, okay? I started applying for jobs. I applied to about 25 jobs, and I'll go on more in depth on like my whole job search process in another video, because I don't want this one to be super long. But I did interviews with 4 different companies, and then now I'm at my tech company now as a sales development representative, and I'm super like happy here. Like, my manager on the interview, he was super impressed with me, and just like all that I knew in the interview. Like, he was super impressed because like I had never been in tech sales before. Like, this was my first role in tech sales, and he was just like, how do you know all this? Like, and he even told me, he was like, when I've done interviews previously, like when he was going for a role, he was like, I knew nothing about the companies that I was applying to, but here you are, you know so much about our company already, and so like I was very prepared, like for my interviews. And I'm not even a person who is great at interviews at all, but I was able to showcase myself and show what I knew, and they hired me. So it's been 2 weeks on the job now, and it's just it's been amazing. Like, I love it here. I literally love it here, okay? And man, I give so much thanks to like doing Course Careers, because that really opened me up and showed me like, wow, this, I can do this. It really the course really broke down each step that I needed to take, and then like everything within like the job role that I would be doing. Like, literally what they taught in the course is literally what I'm doing on the job now, right? So I definitely recommend, like, if you're desiring to break into tech sales, I definitely recommend Course Careers. I do have a discount that will give you $50 off of the course. I'm pretty sure they still have the payment plan as well. Like, I would just say just hop in, do the course, and then also I would like connect with people on LinkedIn, seek mentorship, like all of that type of stuff, because all of that is going to help you into getting your role in Course Careers as well. But I literally like went from like working so much, being super exhausted, being away from my son, to now I am at home, back at home, working remote for an amazing company under amazing leadership and like wonderful co-workers. And like I literally get to be here with my son at home. I don't have to work on the weekends anymore, like, because I would be literally working 7 days a week trying to get to the money, you know. So now being in tech, it's like I don't have to work 7 days a week anymore. Like, you know, 5 days and I'm good. Then all the other time I have, like, I can be with my son. I can be, you know, doing stuff for me, stuff that I want to do, stuff that makes me happy and excited and joyful. So I'm really happy where I am right now, and it's literally only up from here. Like once you get in, that just opens up a whole nother world of opportunity for